I realized in 7th grade, I found myself attracted to a girl, specifically Keira Knightley in the Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
Well, when I was in 7th grade, I got a crush on a guy in my choir class, and so that was the moment I really realized I was gay.
I always knew something was kind of off. I don't know, in elementary school, all the girls would be talking about all the boys. For a really long time, I thought I was bi. My parents were really accepting about it. I had a lot of, time to think about me, and I was really lucky.
Well, I thought I was bisexual for a while, and then I was like, man, but if a guy asks me out, I really don't want to go out with him. Like, I'm not really into that at all. And then I'm like, oh, I'm not bisexual. I'm gay.
I was in kindergarten when I had my first crush on a girl, and I didn't realize that it was weird until I told my friend, and she told me that was strange.
Because I was talking to somebody who was going through a sex change, and I told her that, or him, I guess, that I kind of identified with both. It just kind of depended on the day. And she's like, well, there are other options besides transgender, and she gave me a bunch of things to research, and it ended up being bigender, and so that's how I realized that.
I finally came to realize when I was actually trying to start dating this girl. I went to go to dinner with her one night, and she brought her friends with her, and I kept staring at her friend that was a guy, and anything he said I thought was funny, and then I realized that I was attracted to him, and then I was like, okay, I don't want to be that 40-year-old who gets married, has kids, and then realizes he's gay.
I used to be a lot more shy. I never talked to new people, never did anything my friends did.
Terrifying. It was hard to have relationships or feel like I could even be close to my parents without them knowing that I like girls.
Really horrible. It sucked not being able to talk to my friends about anything of any real importance.
Even before I was really telling people, I was bi, I was really, pro-gay rights, because a very liberal family. I have a lot of, even before, I realized I was really outspoken about it, so there was never really a self-hatred moment or inner angst about that at all.
I was kind of known as the freak girl. Nobody would talk to me, and so yeah, that was fun, but I got through it. So
one of the reasons why I dropped out of high school is because I was afraid to come out in high school.
Because I convinced myself I was completely straight, I didn't realize anything was wrong. I did, ever since middle school, I always felt different. I always knew there was something different from me than all the rest of my friends who just so happened to be heterosexual. They would all talk about how hot this girl was, stuff like that. I didn't notice that. I would go along and agree with it.
Oh, well, no one really knew. It was a surprise when I came out, which was at the end of my senior year. I gave everyone coming out cookies, because no one can hate you when you give them a cookie, so.
Exact opposite for me. Everybody I came out to said that they knew. They were just waiting for me to come to terms with it and for me to tell them.
I went to a Catholic high school, a private Catholic, very small high school, so everyone knew once I started dating this girl that I was dating her. I guess since I'm nice-ish to people, they never said much to me, to my face. I heard things, but wasn't too bad.
It was really positive for me because I surrounded myself with people who were positive, and any negativity I received, I just brushed off because I had this positive people surrounding me.
Well, I'm still not completely out. I'm out to them as a lesbian, but that's not my full identity. It's interesting to have to come out twice. They support me because they love me, but they don't understand, and it's hard to make them understand.
It was actually really good. The first person I came out to was a roommate that I stayed at a summer program with, and turned out he was gay as well, and actually had a boyfriend of 3 years, so he really helped me realize that it was okay and that relationships could work out for us.
It was really gradual. Remember from my freshman year roommate, I just told her first time I met her, just so you know, I'm bi. Hope you don't, she had no problem with it. She was fine.
My mom, she keeps denying the fact, like, I've told her several times, like, she forgets or she pretends that she doesn't know, and then when I try and say somebody, like, a girl is attractive, she freaks out. My dad, he's kind of like, I know you have those tendencies, but I don't think you really are.
I felt like I had to, like, re-find myself. Now that I'm actually out to, like, everyone, my brother notices, like, my whole family notices that I'm a lot more happier now. I'm enjoying the things that I do. I'm enjoying people I'm hanging around with. And I'm just a whole lot happier than when I was in the closet.
I think it gets easier as you get older, especially as you choose to hang out with more people who understand or are gay themselves.
Ever since I've come out, or at least accepted that that's what I am, I've been a lot happier and just more open about myself. Like, it's easier for me to have a conversation with a random person now that I'm accepting of it, so.
Coming out was really positive. It made me feel much better about myself, much more open. I made tons of new friends who actually like me for me, instead of having to wear a mask all the time. I've only lost one friend. Everyone else has reacted really well.
Eventually I just started, hinting at my friends, I think I lean more towards girls now. And then finally, I'm just like, I'm a lesbian. I'm not gonna mess around with no boys.
I know in a lot of the videos you hear about all these negative things, and that's kind of what I braced myself for when I was coming out. And so when I finally came out to my parents, my mom was accepting. She was worried that I would have to go through all of those stereotypical, like, gay bashing and, like, not being able to get a good job because people would know I'm gay. My dad didn't take it so well. That the night he found out, he completely ignored me. My mom and my dad went to go talk to a therapist and stuff like that, and that actually helped tremendously with him accepting.
Take your time. There's no rush to creating an identity for yourself, and just surround yourself with people who are going to accept you no matter what, so that when you do see some negativity, you can just go straight to those people and they'll help you through it.
Just know that it is okay and that you don't have to be afraid.
I think it's best just to try to hold on and just stick with it. Know that eventually you'll get somewhere where you can be the person you are.
You're never going to be happy until you're true to yourself. I think that you're never going to, until you love yourself, no one's going to love you fully. So you have to accept yourself first, and you're going to be really happy once you do.
Just accept it, because there's no way to really back out of it. If that's what you are, that's what you are.
I would say this is a time and place for everything. Yeah, whenever you're ready, don't rush it.
It gets better.
Yes, definitely. It definitely gets better.
Yeah, it gets better.